I like to have some essential workouts in my pocket, some, go-to, if you will. And a while back, I gave you my essential back and bicep workout. Now today, I want to introduce you to my essential chest workout, my go-to chest workout. It's not the one I do all the time, but this is the one I can do. It's dependable, and it's a good solid one in that it uses machines and one body weight movement and some cable movements, and I'm going to show you that. But before I do, one thing of note is that today is not chest and triceps. Like my essential back and bicep workout, this is just chest. I've modified my workout a bit recently, and I'm going to show that to you very soon. But today is just chest and probably some plyometrics and farmer's carries and that kind of stuff, but no triceps. Okay, after some warm-ups, my first movement on chest day is always an incline movement. And lately, I've been preferring a machine over incline dumbbell presses, for example. And I'm going to show you why. I kind of feel like I get a better muscle recruitment, muscle activation out of this machine than the incline dumbbell presses on a bench. Now you notice as this comes up, my hands kind of move closer together, so you get a little bit better muscle activation, muscle recruitment, like I say, and in particular in the upper pec, which is what I'm looking for. Now today I'm going to do 3 sets. We'll start with this first set. It's kind of like an acclimation set after some warm-ups. And do about 5 sets here, 5 reps, and then raise the weight a little bit. Then do maybe 6, and then the last set, make that the barn burner to failure. There we go. And you'll notice here too, I want to set the seat so that I got the handles right in here, right about shoulder, upper pec height. So this is a pre-core incline press. Pretty nice machine. Okay, so it's about a 90 second, minute and a half, maybe 2 minute rest. Put on a couple of tens here, added 20 pounds. In this set, I'm gonna try to limit this to 6. Hopefully I can do 6. And like I said, third set's gonna be the actual, I guess, working set. All right, set 2. That's pretty good. This is a nice stretch. I feel it in my upper pecs. Again, you could do this on a lot of different inclines in a lot of different fashions. But I prefer this machine lately. Mostly, I guess, because of my own body physiology. I don't know how many that was. Let's call that 6. Hope it wasn't more than that. But like I say, it just fits me better than the inclines. So if inclines work better for you, certainly stick with that. That's all I got to say about that. All right, that's second set. Let's wait a little bit and do set 3. Probably put 20 more pounds on, maybe a little more, and do that set to failure. All right, set 3. Like I said, we're going to do this one to failure, wherever that ends up, and I'm going to be quiet and count these reps. Ooh. Hey. Oh, okay, that was excellent. Got 8 out of that. That's pretty good for me on this machine with this weight here. I'd say that's a little above normal. All right, now I'm gonna show you one more thing on this incline before we go into our next movement. All right? All right, what I like to do, particularly when inclines, is do some isolations. And I like to put a little more work on my right side than my left. Left side's a little more developed than my right, so I'm going to start on my left side with just left arm isolations. And I lowered the weight maybe a little less than half. I took 90 pounds off total, so it'd be 45 pounds off on this side. Kind of do these to failure too. Focus on the contraction right up here. Another thing, I feel a little core work on this too, which is also good. We call that 7.5. Now my phone's ringing. You know, I take care of my mom and all of her doctor visits. And that was the doctor's office calling to verify that she's going to be there on Monday, the next doctor visit. Okay, that phone call interrupted me a little bit, rested a little longer than I wanted to from this right side, but let's see if we can do 10. Yeah, I can definitely feel core work here, right here. Okay. Didn't quite max out that right side, but I got 11 reps. So a little more work on the right than the left, which I wanted. So that's the end of the incline work for today. 3 sets, with the third set being the real working set to failure, and 1 set each. Isolation left, isolation right. Now we're going to move on to probably machine again, and it's going to be a flat chest press machine, and we'll probably do the same thing there. So let's get at it. Now, you know, most people would start with a flat chest press movement, like a flat bench press or this flat chest press machine. But as I've said on here countless times, Mr. Mark here has trouble developing his upper pecs, so we do upper chest movements first. And this should be about the same weight I was using over there. And we're going to go through the same routine. 1 set, kind of acclimate. 2nd set, move the weight up a little bit for like 6 reps. And then the 3rd set, max it out in 6, 7, 8 rep range. Okay, let's get ready for set 1. All right, kind of filming in with a light behind me, so it might not be quite the exposure I want, but this is going to work. Okay, set 1 on flat bench, kind of acclimation. See if this weight's going to feel good. Got 2 45s on either side, and matter of fact, I need to adjust the seat a little higher, a little too high. Yeah, I want this right about mid-range, middle of the pecs here. Again, a little bit wider grip than most folks would use, but that's just the way I've always done it. Set 1. Let's try to get about 5. Feels pretty good. Yeah. Okay, I think I'll put a 10 on either side and do set 2, 6 reps or so. All right. Okay, that's about 90 seconds or so, I guess. This is 20 pounds more. Get this into the 2nd set, moderate work set, I call it. See if I can get 6. You know, on this machine, watch this too. It's the same concept. See how the bar moves closer together in the front? That's also why I like these pre-core chest machines. Okay, that's 6. Meaning instead of just going straight out, you got a slight inward tilt, which at least in my mind gives me a little bit more contraction. So just a little teeny thing like that makes this a lot better. Okay, that's set 2. Let's get ready for the last burner set. All right. All right, set 3. So far it's been an exact duplication weight-wise of the incline work we did earlier. Let's see if I can get 8 on this one. Flat chest press machine, set 3. This is the burner to failure set. Ooh. Well, I would like to get a couple more reps out of that. I wanted to get 8. So I'm going to take the 25s off and do kind of a drop set here real quick, just for fun. Alright, that was good. That's an example of doing a little adaptation on the fly. Those 3 good sets, so I'm happy with that. And like I said, my primary objective on chest is upper pecs, so the incline stuff. Secondary, flat chest press, this part midway down. And like I said, on these 2 machines, the beauty of it is get a nice inward chest movement / compression. So these are cool. Now I'm gonna do one more set here, just like on the incline chest machine. I'm gonna do some isolations real quick. All right, let's do it. You know, truth be told, in true Mark fashion, I'm moving a little too fast, but that's okay for these isolations. And just like on the incline, I'm gonna do the left arm first, give the right side a little more rest so I can get more work on it. So let's see what we can get here. Shooting for 8. We'll call it 8.5. Let me get one more set in here before the battery dies. Hit some yellow zone. Ready. Alright, now let's figure out what we want to do for movement 3. I'm thinking, well, it's going to be some sort of a fly movement, whether it's a machine or a cable. To be honest, it kind of depends on what's available. So let's get ready to move on. Alright, it took a little while, but I found a spot. I'm going to do some cable flies. Now I'm all cooled off. It's been about 10 minutes since I finished the flat chest presses, so probably okay. Let's see if I got a good setup here first. Not really sure. All right, had to move the camera back. Hopefully this is gonna work. Now I'm gonna do three sets of these, and generally what I do is like a a low to high, lowish from here up. Make sure I got the same weight on here. Get out here, get a little lean in. The good thing about these cable flies is you have to put a little core activation in this too. So basically it's just low to high. And I like to do these in the 10 to 12 rep range. This is gonna be a little light for that, I think. So we'll just do as many as possible. Well, maybe not, I don't know. It's getting kind of hard. But the point is, for me, I like to keep my arms straight. A lot of people are against it, but I like to keep my arms straight. And when you do that, it focuses the emphasis on the muscle. In this case, the pec muscle, and hopefully the majority of this low to high movement, the upper half of the pec muscle. I don't know, I think that's 8. We'll call that 9. Now I have a tendency to let my arms come straight back. I do want to make this a little bit more of a fly. Now, it's hard to make it a real fly movement when it's from this low to high, but there. And I like to make the outside of my hands meet to get the good contraction right there. Ooh. Well, I tell you, that was a better set than I anticipated. All right, now let me show you set 2. All right, so here, I'm gonna go move it up a little higher on the second set. And the objective on the third set is gonna be up here, make it kind of like almost like a flat fly, only using cables. Okay, so we move from here to here for the second set. The same thing, arms straight. A little bit more of a fly with the pulleys at this height. Good stretch. Like I said, you can feel it in the core. In 10, 12 rep range. My left hand's not exactly set right. That's okay. This feels good. I think that's 9. Last 3 or 4 on these are really good. You really feel it. A little shaking going on even. Oh yeah. That's a good second set. All right, digging it. Let's move on to 3. You know, one thing I wanted to mention, probably goes without saying, but every one of these machines is different. There's different mechanical advantages, different pulley systems, and of course the heights are different, so you have to adapt. And you know, keep in mind the objective here is just to do 3 different levels of cable fly. So I'm going to approximate this third set right here, and that's going to be it. That's going to be my, I'll call this my flat cable fly third set. All right, using the same weight on all 3 sets here. Those first 2 felt good. So again, arms straight. And like I said, with my arms straight, I feel like I get more pure pec engagement. Very little tricep, obviously, in a cable fly, but kind of minimizes the shoulder engagement too, which can't keep your front deltoids, front shoulder out of a chest movement really. So just try to maximize as much of the pec as I can. And for me, that means keeping my arms straight. I don't know, 6, 7, 9, I guess I'm counting just to prove I can, huh? Okay, do one more. Oh, ooh-wee. Oh man, yeah, that turned out way good. Much better than I anticipated. 3 sets of cable flies, low to high, and a little higher to high, and then flat. Good stuff. Okay, we're gonna finish up today's essential chest workout with some pre-exhausted push-ups. Now, I am gonna start including push-ups in most of my chest workouts, and probably in a exhausted state for the most part. So I want to get better at push-ups. I want to reach my goal of my age in push-ups, and for me that'd be 65. And the last time I tried that, I recorded it. I've got it out there. I might link that up in the corner. It was like 60, 61. Anyway, I want to get better at push-ups. So I might do 1 set to failure and then maybe a second. I don't know. We'll just see how it goes here on this first set. All right. Oh man. Okay. I think that was 39. I'm going to rest a bit and do one more set. But I do want to point out that I do push-ups in what some would consider an unconventional manner. A little wider than most. And my elbows kind of flare out. But that's the way I've always done them. And it's more comfortable for me. So that's the way I do my push-ups. Just wanted to point that out before somebody else does. You know, another point about the wider stance, the flared elbows. I myself get a better pec engagement activation this way when I do it like this. Less tricep, more chest. And today, like I said, I want to minimize my anterior deltoid, front deltoid, and tricep work. Because I have as I mentioned, I think, I have a dedicated arm and shoulder day. So I'm going to make this as much pec as possible. I lost count. And I didn't rest enough between sets, but that's okay. I'm going to do these to failure. Now, I have to believe that is it for today's essential chest workout. Now, I do want to say thank you very much for taking time out of your busy day to join me. I really appreciate it. And as always, if you do me the favor, hitting that like button, sharing this with your friends, and if you haven't already, please consider clicking that subscribe button. And it was indeed a pleasure to have you here. And with that, I will say, till next time, go get 'em. Mark out.